Hello, folks. This is your host Keith for the T ROH Show. I got an interesting video that was just put out against me today. I wanted to go through it and let everybody listen to it. It's only a minute and 15. I think it's a minute and a half or so, and I want everybody to see what we're dealing with. Okay, and what we were dealing with these 10 people that decided that they wanted to try to steal your union from you. And now they're kind of putting this stuff out to in order to get out of the mess they're in. They put themselves in. So I'm going to share screens, and here you go. This was a they're putting out the real Keith Living Way, and they took a blip of a recording, left everything else out, and made it look and appear as if it was something else. So take a look. Pull this crap. Now you're going to get pissed off. You're going to do stupid stuff the next couple of days. I'm going to do stupid stuff to you. Okay? I'm going to make your life a living hell. I can call down there at that court and tell them to throw the book at you. I can call them at the sheriff's office and say, I don't give a damn what they do to her. You realize I can do that? And you realize we've done it before? Now, I would appreciate it if you would stay out of the business of the government of the United States of America and the General Postmasters and let us handle our own business. You, miss, need to settle your damn state. Do you understand me? And quit sticking your nose in our business and start handling your own business. Which is put your damn state together, you lazy ass. Because I'm getting real tired of you. This has been going on for 6 months, if not more. Oh, 2 clicks, it's that easy. No, it's not. Because you have no idea what we're dealing with and what we're trying to do. I'd appreciate if you just keep your mouth shut on this call. Thank you very much. Not even really supposed to be even talking in the first place. You're here as a guest. All right, so he's built this website here about contact publications and services. Okay, that's Department of Transportation. Then they play it again. Okay, on top of that. And then they say, this is what they say. Now, this is, I know Adam's writing. This is Adam Van Kanen. Okay. This is that little guy that showed up with us that was doing all this thieving and stuff like that. And they're trying to get around this this court case. Okay. That they just warning here, John Mark Adams. They're trying to get around this court case. They're trying to get away from the charges of this court case that, indicted True Bill. That's what they're trying to do. So they throw that crap out there. They throw this crap, thinking apparently they're thinking that I'm going to be discredited and then it'll make everything go away. Okay, so this is going to be a fight, a personal fight, because apparently I hurt these soy boys' feelings. But I want to explain what was going on there. When I was talking to Cheryl Kissel. When I said 6 months, I think that was a very generous thing. It was more like 8 to 10 months. Okay. They hadn't, Florida had not put their state together yet. We had put all the paperwork together, Constitution and all that stuff, got them all set up, and nothing ever happened to it. They're just lazy, wouldn't do anything. So Cheryl, what was going on with her is she kept getting pulled over, and she kept fighting him over a driver's license. And this is like, I don't know, 4 counties, huge amount of friggin' tickets and everything else. So we were spending hours and hours with her trying to teach her how to do this, that, and the other thing, how to survive as an American national, and how to get around what she's doing. Well, she would never listen. She wasn't listening to a thing we were saying. We would tell her here, do this, 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 and this. She would go into the court, forget everything we told her, and say, that person's not me. You don't have jurisdiction. That person's not me. She'd pull that crap or whatever else she was pulling. She would fight with the same old fights, the same old patriot fights over and over again. Then she would get mad when we all wouldn't jump and then come on the government call and start undermining us. In other words, she would say, there was a certain situation, I was putting a website together, and then she'd say, well, that only takes 2 clicks. That's all I got to do. Stupid, that kind of thing. When she's interfering with a report and all this other kind of stuff, she would jump in like that. So I went off. And very, very tired of it. Extremely tired of what was going on with her. So I go off. Let me see what it is. Okay, here's this is Adam Benkanan's writing. He doesn't know how to write or read or write, so you just got to ignore it. The woman was being railroaded by de facto private court. Actually, she wasn't. Okay, with an established foreign military occupation, where she was being unlawfully incarcerated for commercial charge on a voluntary driver's license. What she was doing was we were trying to settle it, and she kept going out doing the same exact thing when she knew they were watching her. She had actually gotten out of jail in 15 days. Or no, she'd gotten out of jail, and I'll show you how she got out of jail earlier than what she had been sentenced, and then goes right in her car, right over to the grocery store, and gets busted again because they're watching her. They know what she's going to do. So I said, why aren't you taking an Uber so we can settle this down and get this taken care of? Okay, but she kept coming back with more and more and more. So what we said was this: was full knowledge and competency threatened the woman with torture. No, I didn't. In the form of pain compliance by unlawful incarceration, and implied a foreign power, as Keith is aware that the municipalities are under a pope and accept a foreign emolument out of the city of London, which is bringing in a foreign power in its definition of treason. No, it's not, folks. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. None of that makes any sense, because what she was doing and what I was actually saying was, and remember, the people that are putting this out are on drugs. You have to understand that. So they see things differently. What I was saying is that you're attacking us. And as long as you are attacking us, we can just call them down there and say, look, if you're going to attack us on their behalf, we're just going to call them and tell them to take you. Ain't that right, Kevin? That's what we do.
That's exactly right. And there's
go ahead.
The wording here is incoherent.
Yeah.
This is none of your fault. You don't take ownership of their system, the US system, and all of its compromised position. You're not responsible for all of that. And you were trying to help this lady, and she was turning back around and not taking responsibility for her own actions.
And attacking us.
Yes.
All of us. It wasn't just me. She was attacking everybody because she's pissed off. She wanted us to all get together, come after them, protect her. You know how people are. They come here and they try to turn us into their own personal military. That's usually what happens. And so what I was saying is, this woman had taken an oath. That's what you heard. And I was saying, look, if you're going to keep doing this against us, I'm calling them and saying, look, throw the book at her. We don't care what you do with her, because she's actually attacking us and attacking the government, undermining.
So this 1 minute and 31 seconds is taken fully out of context, not shown any of the backstory of where it came from, what constituted the amount of work and time and effort that you had put in, that the assembly had put in to try and help this woman who had declared a nationality, who declared that she was taking self-determination for herself, but yet when her security was compromised, she came around and blamed us for having been tested in her political decisions.
Right. And then they come out and says, why go through the vindictive path to ruin someone's life? I didn't do any vindictive path to ruin somebody's life because it never happened. That was an assumption that me saying that look, we'll just call them down there, that had something to do with the 60 days of unlawful incarceration. Now, John Mark Adams is supposed to be a Christian. He's lying with this. And I know he is. He knows he is. He's lying to the public. He's lying to everybody. That comes with a price. Okay? Not a price coming from me. That's a spiritual price. You were lying, John, and you know it.
Did you want to show that the article?
Yeah,
Of,
this is what really happened, guys. When she was sentenced 60 days, which I knew she was going to be anyways, because she had pushed it all the way to the end. And instead of doing what we were telling her to do, she was doing the exact opposite and all this other kind of stuff. She was sabotaging everything we were doing, and then turning around and being vindictive towards us, and towards me and everybody else by undermining and being pissed off and everything else. She's fine now, by the way. Okay, but this 60 days turned into 30 days. You want to know why? This is what they leave out. This is why this is a half truth. It's a lie. And there was no treason. Okay? What I was doing was protecting the government of the United States of America, the assembly, and everything else from a person that's not a general postmaster, that's supposed to be over in Florida settling your damn state, and she hasn't done it. And then turned around and trying to get us causing problems, using up our personal time, and then trying to get us to all jump together, use our own resources, by the way, to fix whatever problem she's got. That's what was going on. She's not doing that now, folks. Understand that. And understand another thing. Cheryl Kissel never complained about this. If there was something going on, then she would have complained. I'm going to bring up one more thing before I show you what actually happened. If I was committing treason, as they say, and I was doing a war crime under the authorities of law of armed conflict, and I was doing, I was doing all kinds of other things that they're claiming I'm doing, why didn't you talk about it then? Why didn't you write an affidavit and say, hey, Keith's doing all this? Well, what they've done is they've waited till after. They've waited till, let's go to home here. They waited till this came out 2 days ago. John Mark Adams et al. Indicted by Truebill. If I was doing all those things, guess what? All 10 of you were doing them with me. If you didn't witness against it at the time. If that was in fact true. Now, after that, Cheryl changed her tune. You remember that, don't you, Kevin? She changed her tune.
yes.
Okay. I never called anybody over there. That never happened.
She knew that she was not in honor in her dealings in that hearing.
That's right.
She was just throwing up a roadblock because she panicked and froze and said, "Oh, the only thing I can do is just not claim that I'm that person."
Right.
So she was not remaining in honor or seeking to settle the controversy. So one other point I'd like to make is that video out there, nobody signed that video. Nobody's putting their name to it. It's just some sort of
slander. That's all it
and
is.
taken out of context, some short snippet taken out of context, played twice, and then some sort of nonsense wording.
Nonsensical wording, which is unbelievable. You can tell somebody that does not know how to read and write, which is one of the complaints that we had, that I had, basically as him as a general postmaster. I didn't know he couldn't read and write.
And
Plus, I didn't know he was getting stoned all day, every day. I didn't know he was doing that.
and are they taking the power of attorney from Cheryl
Yes, they are.
To prosecute this
Yep.
without any kind of proof of the power of attorney was granted, or with any kind of signature or anything stepping up to name the parties? This is nonsense. It's nothingness.
Right. And when this happened back in 8/21, 2020. So why didn't you write a complaint then? If that's what was going on, if that was what I was doing, and they knew I was doing it, all 10 of them should have come up with an affidavit saying that that's what I was doing at the time it happened that night, right? Otherwise, they were all a part of it.
Correct.
Which, folks, that's not what was going on. Anyways, Cheryl turned around because this is what we did. When she was in jail, she ended up going to, they sentenced her to 60 days. We went and checked out their judge, Mark Johannes Yerman of Citrus County, Florida. And he's been caught in some crimes that go unnoticed. And what we did was we found out that he was dealing with Hospice of Citrus County that was being investigated and all this other kind of stuff. The judge that put her in jail. So we put this out there and say, look, you guys, man, this ain't cool. What you're doing here, you're hiding the fact that this judge is a criminal. The Attorney General of Florida is hiding the fact that he's a criminal. And lo and behold, let's guess what happens. Her sentence gets cut 30 days. The next day, her sentence was cut 30 days.
Because
where's the treason in that, guys?
There's no treason in that.
Okay, where is the, what is it?
Oh, go ahead.
Accept a foreign emolument, which is bringing in a foreign power and the definition of treason. Where did I bring in a foreign power when I did that? Matter of fact, I did that myself to help the same woman that was undermining everything that we were doing, that I was doing, and kept attacking the assembly in between the times that she was causing all this problem down there, when we just told her, look, just go get a freaking Uber, go do your grocery shopping for now until we get this fixed and we get this stuff solved. But go ahead. You were saying.
No, just that we were acting on her behalf. She had counsel who was filing some paperwork that then the judge was not taking account of. And that's what, looking into his past, he wanted more money to go to his charities. So he was just taking the fact that Cheryl was contradicting her paperwork by her actions. And he said, well, you're double-minded and you're going to help my cause by going and sitting in a cell for a while. We'll just increase these bonds and I'll pay for my charity. So when we pointed that out, then it quickly became, oh, we need to get her out of here because the liability on this judge and his charities became too much because of this publication. So this is not sitting back and doing nothing and
this is not being vindictive against somebody's life or and paying compliance and all this other crap. She was going to jail anyways, folks, because of what she had not listened to what we were telling her.
Correct.
For 6 months.
She was contradicting her own paperwork submitted by her own counsel.
That's right. That's exactly what was happening. So you heard a minute and 20 something seconds of a little blip of something that had went on for 6 to 8 months. Now, since this is out there, John Mark Adams is supposed to be a Christian, folks. His father is supposed to be a preacher. He is out here lying purposely lying, taking a little blip of something and completely transferring it into something else. And their trial is on the 21st.
Also, the title of that video is a trespass upon the name.
That would be true. The real Keith Edward Living Way. You shouldn't be using my name and stuff and attacking me personally when all you're doing is you're avoiding, like every other patriot does that is guilty of what they're being tried for, by the way. They try to go ahead and slander the people that are trying them for what they're doing, because they all cried for 2.5 hours and said we didn't get due process. You're getting due process. Now that you're getting due process, well, we can't have that. Let's go slander Keith. That's what happens.
Under the guise of rebuttal.
Yeah. They threw a rebuttal thing out there. Now there's 16 people out there right now, probably going to be 20 here soon, that will be taking this to heart and acting as if I'm committing treason and I'm on the side of the city of London and all this other horse shit, when that's not, none of that is true. And by the way, Cheryl Kissel never wrote, and I'll say this again, she never wrote a complaint against me. And I think she was told later that we had knocked that sentence down 30 days by putting this other thing out there. That's the best we could do for her, for what she was running into and what she was doing by sabotaging what we were trying to get done. So that's the 10, folks. That's this 10 right here. This is who they are. And this is why they've been indicted. And the people on the great jury don't indict just to make stuff up. The stories on the 2.5 hours of the Soy Boy Club that was going on, completely untrue. They take it out of context. We have never hired Adam. I don't remember ever asking Adam to do any kind of courses for me. None whatsoever. Never asked him to do it. I don't think. Did I? I don't remember if I did.
Not sure.
I'm not sure either. But I don't think I did. I don't think I ever hired him to do anything like that. So, and that's the just hearsay crap. I only listened to like 3 minutes of it because 3 minutes was enough for me. I've heard like 5 lies in 3 minutes. Okay. So, folks, we told you that when this is going to happen, that there's going to be all kinds of attacks on me, the government, and everything else, because that's what these kind of people do. Don't let them deter you, stop you. This is why I'm putting this video out. I know the truth, so I don't care what they say. But don't let them stop you from getting your own nationality, doing a resident declaration, taking your own nationality. You go to your state and settle your state. You create your assemblies and start settling your states to get these people. That's the problems we're having in everybody's having in Washington, to get those problems solved. Don't let these people stop you, because that's what their goal is. If they think they can trash me, then other people won't go because they're jealous. This happens all the time. This has happened about 30 to 45 times. I'm just an estimate. With these kind of people, they're the same kind of people. They come in, they cause a mess, a huge mess. They violate the law. They don't want to face up to what they did. So they turn around and I'm the dictator. I've got witnesses upon witnesses on that. Am I right, Kevin? This is what they do. It's a pattern.
And the other thing is that in this international and national public notice, the name Keith Livingway is not a part of this.
Well, I come
This
up
is
as a witness is what I come up as.
yeah, but the
So they
claimant,
attack witnesses, by the way. That's mafia shit. Just letting you know. Go ahead.
yeah, and this is published by the National Assembly for the government of the United States of America.
Right.
So the the
Instead of
attacking
going
of
after,
witnesses,
yeah,
yes,
instead of going after what they're being accused of, if they wanted to make it a public trial, like in a newspaper and stuff like that, go ahead. I don't care what they do, but they don't. You notice that? Okay.
yes,
So they know they're guilty of it. They know they did it. So they come after me to try to discredit, to try to divert, all that stuff. What does that sound like to anybody here? And then what they came after me with wasn't even true. Not even close to what happened.
and that is the reason for this broadcast, is to just say that that's
A
chicken
completely,
shit way of coming at it.
yeah. Why don't you go and say, no, we didn't try to steal public property? Why don't you do that? No, we didn't kick the GPMs off of the forum. No, we didn't say these things. Can't say that. Okay. Now I want to tell everybody about this, and then this is gonna be the end of this crap. Okay, that these idiots are doing. Now, putting this stuff out about Mark Johannes Yerman puts everybody's life in danger. Everyone that is involved with this government, the residents, everybody. It puts everyone's life in danger because we're exposing something from a very powerful group of people that can literally put your ass in jail and disappear you in the system under John Doe. Run you all over the country. They can do whatever they want. We put our lives on the line for Cheryl. Now, does that sound like somebody that's committing treason? It was when she was sentenced, we did this for her.
The answer is no.
Does this sound like that I'm on the side of the Pope against the people? That I was vindictive towards somebody? No, I'm putting my life on the line for her. And the life of my family and the life of everybody I know. And I know that.
Just because you have knowledge of that's how that union is established doesn't make you a party to it.
That's right. And I was telling Cheryl, if you're going to be on their side and attacking us when we're trying to help you, we're going to call them and say, look, just throw the book at her. We don't care because she's attacking us over here and we're trying to help her. That's what that was.
That was out of frustration, and that's tough love right there. Get your stuff together.
And it actually worked.
Yes.
She did get it together. She never made a complaint against me for saying that. She changed her whole attitude.
Correct.
She chose the side of the government. She, to us over here, this is what I've been looking for my whole life. The truth and everything else. She changed everything. And these 10 people turned right around, took what I said to her, which helped her, by the way, and then lies to everybody about it. That, folks, is who these people are. All these people right here. That's who they are. Just want you to know that. So the next time you hear crap out of them,
we can only assume that all of these people, because nobody had the guts to put their name to it.
Well, they did in the last video under the same channel.
Right.
So I'm saying that in the last channel, or the last video, all of them were in it under the same channel, and they're the only ones where where this true bill of indictment was put against them.
Correct.
And I know at least for sure one was in there because that's Adam's writing. That's how he writes. Correct. It makes nonsensical noise. It doesn't make any.
Fair enough.
It's all crap. So anyway, All right. Thanks, folks, for listening to this. Just wanted everybody to know and see what was going on so that you see it's not only these people, like it's people like this, it is others that have the same problem. They get caught doing something they're not supposed to do. And then when they do, they go on the internet and on Facebook, try to gain the sympathy of others to pull them into their crime. Because when they do that, those others don't come to me or the government to ask our side of the story. And therefore, those people are convicting us without due process. Y'all get what they're doing? They're pulling you into their criminal activity by giving them sympathy rather than coming over to us and saying, hey, what did these people do? They don't ever give us a chance to talk. They never give me a chance to talk. Nobody's asked me my side of the story. Luckily, the T ROH show's there. We're able to get it out there and tell people, look, this is a complete freaking fabrication and lie. And they don't tell you the whole story. The good stuff that came out of it. The things that changed this woman's life.
And the time frame. There's months and months of
Oh,
work and it's just all trying to be trashed within 1 minute and 30 seconds of a recording.
And that's what they do. You see, folks? And all it is every one of them know they're on their way out. They know it. They all know it. So let's make sure that nobody else goes there, because if I can't go there, then you can't go there. That's jealousy. And like I said before, if it's so bad here, why do you want to be back so bad? If it's so bad and I'm so bad, why do you want to be here so bad? That's the whole point. So thanks for listening, folks. But I wanted to really bring this out to a lot of people because that's exactly what's going on. And that's it. Nothing more to say. We'll see you guys on the 21st.